Okay, Spy Movie 101. If the film opens and our main characters are super happy, getting engaged and things like that, you know someone gonna end up dead. American Assassin, released in 2017 and is directed by Michael Kesta, who's directed a lot of TV episodes of Homeland, Dexter, and 6 Feet Under. And this film stars Dylan O'Brien, Michael Keaton, Sanaa Lathan, Siobhan Nagar, and Taylor Kitsch. And this is a recommendation from one of my followers, Wilhelm Media, one of my longtime subscribers, comments really on almost all of my videos, and greatly appreciated the recommendation because I've been meaning to watch this film. It came out last year and was one of those films I really wanted to go to the theater to see, just didn't get around to see it. Plus, really the buzz that I was getting from it was more of a, it's a movie, which broke my heart a little bit because I remember really wanting to see this last year. But finally getting to see it now, yeah, nugget. Dylan O'Brien plays Mitch Rapp, and he is with his girlfriend in Spain. They are a happy couple together, so happy that they end up getting engaged. But of course, because this is a spy movie, that engagement is going to end pretty quickly. A terrorist group attacks the beach, and his fiancée ends up falling prey to them. So Mitch spends the next 18 months developing skills of fighting, shooting, and knife throwing in order to kill these terrorists. But his training and his actions do not go unnoticed by the CIA, to eventually where they recruit him and put him through Michael Keaton training camp. Really, that's what this movie is here for. How much of a badass can we make Michael Keaton seem? Because he is a fucking badass. His training techniques, the way he can take punishment. Like, I was getting like Full Metal Jacket vibes in this film, and I was loving that. Because Full Metal Jacket is a great movie. Up until when they leave boot camp. Like I said, I was digging this movie from the opening moment. Dylan O'Brien's on the beach with his girlfriend, recording her because this is a lovely, peaceful, beautiful time. They're in paradise. Of course, he proposes to her. And like I said in the intro, when things are going right in an assassin movie, she's gonna end up dead. Because what happens not even 5 minutes after the proposal? Bang, bang, bang. And it's not really a spoiler because it literally happens in the first 5 minutes. And that opening sequence, it hooked me. And it's the aspect of this movie that I am loving is the cinematography. Because when the terrorists come on the beach and they start shooting everyone, it almost comes across as one tracking shot, which is something that everyone is trying to do now in all their films. They have that really long, or at least appearing to be really long tracking shot. Is it a little overdone now? Sure, but I can't help but love almost every one that I see, especially this one. Dylan O'Brien's stumbling over people, he's running, he's jumping out of the way of bullets, he even dives into the pool, and as he dives into the pool, the camera follows him, and it just seems like you have the POV shot of these characters and these terrorists and their situation. And the effects, whether they were practical or CGI of bullets passing through people's chests and arms and legs, yeah, this opening got me. And then the screen goes to black, and we open back up, and it's 18 months later. Dylan O'Brien has been training like crazy. He's been taking mixed martial arts class. He's been taking shooting classes. He's been throwing knives at targets, and he's trying to infiltrate himself into this terrorist organization. And as this is going along, I'm thinking that, what's everyone saying? I'm digging where this guy's going. Turning himself into a killing machine in 18 months. Yeah, let's keep watching this. But then I see where the critics and where the fans kind of start jumping ship. They do basically a 180 where it turns the revenge story into your stereotypical spy, almost James Bondy-ish type film. Like, the revenge story aspect is thrown out the window. And it hasn't even been 20 minutes. Just all of a sudden, this character gets picked up by the CIA, and then he's just thrown into this boot camp with Michael Keaton. And I'm thinking, we were doing something different. Let's go back to that. And I think I know what the idea behind that was. They're trying to build this into a franchise. So instead of doing like a slow burn, building up the revenge aspect storyline, they totally do away with it and then go a completely different route where he turns into the American James Bond. Basically, he's Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible franchise. Which, hey, Dylan O'Brien, I'm loving you. I'm actually liking this world, but I already have the Mission Impossible franchise. I wanted something different. I was wanting that revenge aspect. No, gone. Just totally thrown out the window. Such a shame because, like I said, I'm loving this film, especially its cinematography. When we get to these fight sequences where knives are being thrown, guns are being shot off, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you'll see blood splatter on the camera lens, which I didn't know how I thought about it first, because it happened quite a lot in this film, and my heart was really warming to it by the end. It's the kind of camera work that just immerses yourself as the audience into this environment, and I love that. But the story that we got here just doesn't compare to what we're getting visually on screen. There was one script where we had this revenge aspect, and we had this character seeking out revenge on this terrorist group. But then all of a sudden the studio brought in a writer of one of the James Bond films and then just did a cookie cutter nuke stolen weapon type storyline. I'm like, oh, well, we get that in every spy movie. I wanted different. Such a shame. I am really liking Dylan O'Brien in this film. His facial hair didn't work for me, but his performance in here, I'm loving. And Michael Keaton, of course, he just comes off as a total badass. I mean, the dude is being tortured, and he's welcoming it. He's getting his fingernails ripped off, which, by the way, you see every aspect of, which I didn't want to see, and I thought I was preventing myself. I was turning my head. I'm like, oh, they're gonna pull it off here in a second, and I'm gonna look back now. Fuck, I didn't wait long enough. So I'm thinking, oh, they're just gonna do it once. No, they're doing it a couple more times. Stop with that. But it's all for going after the Taylor Kitsch character, which I'm not really that high on. The almost Gambit. Kind of like with my last review with other guys, the plot, the idea behind what's going on here, I'm totally losing. And I just watched the movie. I remember the performances, I remember the cinematography, but when it comes to the plot and this villain, I know he used to be an assassin of Michael Keaton's, but it's all just blending together with other James Bond films and Mission Impossible films, which is so disappointing. So guys, in the end, American Assassin was good, was really good in a lot of aspects. The most important aspect of a film to me is the story, is the plot. And what we were getting in the first 20 minutes, I was really into. But this film does a complete 180 and becomes a cookie cutter-ish spy film. To which I kind of just wash my hands and say, I don't really care. We get great performances from Dylan O'Brien and Michael Keaton, just not enough to save this film. It's definitely not terrible, but it's nothing to go home crying about either. So then to me, that would fall right in the middle, so I'm gonna give American Assassin 2.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I found that if you have a goal, that you might not reach it. But if you don't have one, then you are never disappointed.
All right, everyone, now comes my favorite part in my video where I randomly select which movie I'm watching next, so let's take a look. This is Spinal Tap! And the only thing I know about this movie is the dial up to 11 bit. Yes, I have not seen This is Spinal Tap. What? He's a movie reviewer and he's never seen Spinal Tap? No, I have not seen This is Spinal Tap. That's what this channel is for. It's to get me to see those films that either I own or films that you recommend to me that I have never seen before that I've been meaning to see. I do know that this is a mockumentary, which is where they do a fictionalized story but film it as a documentary, and I'm really excited to finally check this out. When it comes to rock bands, music, I don't have the best history. I really don't have any knowledge on rock bands, 80s rock, things like hair bands. I don't know. The rock world, the music world is very intimidating to me because I know I've missed so much and I was such a sheltered kid growing up. I remember my fans kidnapping me and forcing me to listen to all of these classic rock CDs, which, like, yeah, it sounds great, but because I didn't grow up with it or because I don't know who these people are, where they're coming from, it's not hitting me here like how the music that I listen to hits me here. Cello music and show tunes. But I'm really excited to finally give Spinal Tap a watch. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching my channel. Thank you very much, Wilhelm Media, for recommending American Assassin. finally got around to seeing it. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, please comment below this video or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter. Leave your comments there, your suggestions there, and if I have access to it, I will review it on here and give you a shout out on my channel. So everyone, have you seen American Assassin? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this channel, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And when you're done commenting, please like and subscribe to my channel so you know the next time I post my next movie review. So everyone, I will see you next time with This Is Spinal Tap. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.